legend says that Hercules swept Cerberus right off his feet and effortlessly set him down softly as a songbird. Atlas kept the world upon his back and every day wondered whether he could stand it any longer. And Tara Reid came out to say the man they tried to label the messiah of morality was really just another rapist. And I don't intend to hesitate when asked who was the stronger. Tara, like Assange, knew that carrying the truth would be the hardest labor. Tara knew that her assailant wasn't gonna make us any safer. And knew he's just the type of man to hand a decent foreign leader US printed walking papers. And knew he'd be relentless and aggressive in the war he'd wage upon her very character. That his attempts to weaken and degrade and embarrass her would be her only compensation. But I strongly doubt that anyone could ever have foreseen the stream of hate that came from quote-unquote progressives and the self-styled titans of survivor advocation. So if you really think there's something to be gained out of sharing your pain with the world, you are sorely mistaken. The Biden team just dragged their feet addressing Tara's allegations. Until they had a decent list of smears, then they aired them out on every station. And it turns out no one wants to hear the truth of who they praised as being worthy of such bloated liberal celebration. That no one wants to really know the person they've so valiantly defended, even when it meant they had to gloat and shit all over someone braver than they'd be if given the occasion. Now cue the faceless comment squad invasion. Cue those fuckers crawling out the woodwork to come analyze the way you wore your hair and what you wear. Like your appearance waives your rights, or that somehow you're the reason for your situation. Somehow they've decided you should bear responsibility for what such monstrous men insist on doing. Somehow they're deluded by the empty, hypocritical, and useless fucking platitudes that bastard keeps on spewing. And I think it's very telling that the best of their excuses when they try to come and justify our president's abuses is a hearty butt Trump. In which case I'll remind you that you never saw the news attempt to sell us Donald Trump like he was morally upstanding or a decent human. But when Joe says something bigoted or ogles someone's little kid, CNN says, isn't this refreshing? Biden's like a mix of JFK and FDR with all the finer parts of Harry Truman. Christ, I know that they don't think that we're the brightest, but at least pretend we got a couple lumens. Ask yourself if you have ever questioned what they fed you, or do you just shut your eyes and then consume it? And now ask yourself if you ate every one of Biden's lies under guise of harm reduction and the promise of a slight improvement. And now imagine long ago that Biden chose to show you who he really was by traumatizing you for his amusement. Now imagine that you watched him touch a Bible with those filthy hands, and then assume the power of the highest seat in all the land, of knowing your attacker wields a global coalition born of three-letter agencies who'll make a life's mission out of trying to discredit you through lies, damn lies, and collusion. Big tech is never gonna separate from our surveillance state. Fuck's sakes, they're just a breath away from total fusion. So there will come a time where even if you see the light, your voice will never reach the sky through all the bots and all the noise pollution. So trust us when we tell you that the masking of abuses is perhaps this country's oldest institution. And I know nothing nobler than facing it in honor of the truth when you know that the people holding power have been neutralizing truth since there was wet ink on the Constitution. So know that Tara's truth is something crucial to the movement. And if you see yourself a partner to the revolution, help this country see through all the baseless propaganda through the crux of Joe's illusions. And recognize that Tara Reid gave everything she had so she could tell us what the truth is. Recognize the decent thing to do when someone bears their soul and shows their bruises is not to ask for context or offer up your own solutions. Your job is just to listen with an honest mind and put yourself on Tara's side a moment so you understand the path she chooses. That there is no instant fame worth the dragging of your name. And if that's what you think, you've a lot to learn about the kind of facts the mob can handle and the kind that it refuses. You've a lot to learn about the news and all its many uses. Guess you've yet to learn the truth the news will serve as fruit from which they've squeezed out all the juices. And we all eat the husk and just pretend it's full of nutrients and isn't really useless. But the jaws of our ability to yield accountability are absolutely toothless. So don't you kid yourself that any lips are being loosened. They won't ever tell us where the bodies are or show us.
IndependentLeft.news.
Independent Left News.
Indie Left News.
Independent Left News.
Oh yeah, and I get news from Independent Left.
Thank you, IndependentLeft.news.
They actually put up posts of different shows, different things going on.
Check out Indie Left. They're doing a lot of good things. They're on Twitter and Instagram, and they've helped promote our show a lot.
Thanks for the work you do behind the scenes too. This man does our Discord and some other help, so I just love to shout him out. Thanks so much, man. Yeah.
They kind of really do a great job of pushing.
Thank you, Independent Left, for reminding me of that.
Check out IndependentLeft.news.
IndieNews.Network.
Indie Left, shout out.
Slide it over. Hi, everybody. Hey, it's Sunday night. It is, how do we miss that? It is Reef and Indy and the Bong Father. I have to change that nameplate and at least make it say Indy and have you do that thing with the rotating so that it says the Bong Father or Indy so everybody knows who's who. But hopefully you can hear me. Say hi, Reef.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
I hear Reef. Hopefully you guys hear Reef too. And you only hear him once and not duplicated. Nice. What do you think? Anybody? Anyone? Something DOO economics? Are we voodoo economics? Okay, we've got Bacon in the chat. We've got Arif Hassan in the chat. Welcome. We got Mr. Extra Booyah and INN Brother Colin. We both sound good. I love it. This is wonderful. So again, it is Sunday night. We missed last week. Really excited to be back this week. Wow, so many things are happening. How you doing, man? You had a pretty big week.
Yep. Did 8.5 hour stream on 420. That was a good time.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that.
That's up on
thanks a lot for that YouTube.
For pulling that. That's on Rockfin if people want to go watch it. They missed it. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, that was a good time. We had loads of people show up. Warren was there. Tara was there. There's tons of people. So, go check that out if you haven't already.
Yeah, the Bank Sisters, Steve from Slow News Day, knocking it out. It was a lot of fun. I was there most of the time, other than when I had to feed the kids or get them down to sleep. I think we had bath time. I had to skip through during that, but it was that was a lot of fun, and we were certainly celebrating 420 in style. You know what? All the chats are coming over funny, but that's all right. Oz is in the chat. What's going on? Welcome Oz. Welcome Uncle Warren.
What's up, Oz?
Care Bear. Bacon. Look at this. We got everybody's got nicknames. It's great. Like, this is fam. This is what we do with family. So we got a lot to get to tonight. So I'm gonna get started. Welcome, everybody, to How Did We Miss That? How Did We Miss That is a show airing on Rockfin, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Odyssey, and Telegram. Sunday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, reviewing a few big stories we haven't seen covered much in our independent media channels this week. Hosted by Indy, founder and editor of Independent Left News and Leftist.today, that's me, and friends of Indie Left and IndieNews.Network. And this guy, Reef Breland, who's co-creator of IndieNews.Network. He's creator of Door Discord, host of Reefer After Dark, and also of INN News. All the stories were featured this week in our Substack, Leftist.today, and at the top of IndependentLeft.news, which, by the way, I'm proud to announce we're also co-streaming this to IndependentLeft.news, and I'll be able to show you what that looks like. It's really cool. IndependentLeft.news, IndependentLeft.gg, which is our Discord server, and Leftist.today are your number one source for left-leaning political news, videos, podcasts, articles, insight, and opinion, showcasing left-leaning independent media, free from advertiser influence. And we wanted to give a shout-out, of course, to our Patreons, Ko-fi supporters, and now we've got our Rockfin donors also. Thank you so much to everyone that's hooking us up on Rockfin. Eric T. Red on... Again, Ko-fi, we've got Eric T. Red, we've got Robin, we've got Planet Claire, and we've got Noli. Now over on the Rockfin, we got Sean, who made our first Super Ray donation, $5. Chris Lawson, wow, man, you've been just amazing. Thank you so much. Shadowban Refugee, orale. What's happening? Anna Mayers, Lady Down Under, welcome. So glad to find you. Lady Alex M, so good to see you too. Phantomas Phanto hooking us up, and Phantomas is going to get mentioned again in a little bit. Patreon supporters, we got our 4, Richard M, Nikki, Radical Leftist Agenda, and Les Bones, who's probably going to be here in the chat somewhere. And then we've got, of course, our volunteers. God, we couldn't do this without them. We've got Nicole, we've got Darlene, we've got Fred Edward. And, you know, I've never shouted out Fred Edward yet, but for about the last 3-4 weeks, Fred Edward has been tweeting on behalf of Independent Left News and IndieNews.Network when we go live, or when somebody goes live, tagging them, he's doing just a phenomenal job. Love what he's doing. And also shout out to Chris, the resident skeptic, who's also doing the same thing from his own account. So we're trying to get amplification for a bunch of different people that way as well. Shout out to the Big Mad Crab, Greg, and Phantomas Phanto, who did a ton of clipping in the last 2 weeks. He's just been an absolute beast, killing it. Thank you. And then, of course, Team Tara, which is Paco and Oz and Greg and Reef, and now we're going to add Nicole, and she's going to help us do some Substack stuff too. And it's really been amazing to put that whole team together really quickly and see some activity and some real quality stuff coming out of there. Thanks again to Alex Davidson for liking every Substack post this week, every week, and just can't appreciate that enough. How Do We Miss That Clips have their own channel on Rumble. Of course, rumble.com/c/How Do We Miss That. We've got the Rockfin channel that you can subscribe to. We also started doing a podcast for Friends of Indie Left, which you can get from the Substack. This week alone, we did a Friends of Indie Left on Monday with Misty. We did the Reefer After Dark stream, most of the 8 hours on Wednesday. On Friday, I did INN News with Reef and Colin and Jesse Jett, who performed a special piece on Friday night. That was really incredible. And then Saturday night, last night, I went out after doing a family day and date night. I came home and jumped on the Political Matrix for a couple hours with Marcus and Chris, and that was just a lot of fun, and look forward to going back, and definitely check that out on the replay. And we co-streamed all those things to our Rockfin channel, so you can check all of that out there. Rockfin.com/INDLeftNews. You can see that probably coming across the scrolling ticker down there. Yeah, and just want to shout out Tara Reid for all the work she's doing. She's been putting out a few short videos talking about Gonzalo Lira, talking about narrative management. That's our sister. That's our INN sister. We're doing all we can to lift her up and to help support her after, you know, she lost a lot of her source of income from Spotify removing her podcast, and RT disappearing, RT America and RT exiting the United States, and sanctions, etc. So again, we've been working with her through INN to help her with that. And again, can't say thank you enough to everybody that's pitched in to do that. And again, please go support Tara on Patreon, patreon.com/Tara Reid. That's READE. You could support her also on Substack, tarareid.substack.com. And she also is on Rockfin, rockfin.com/Tara Reid, and you can leave her a tip there on Rockfin as well. So I definitely wanted to shout everybody out. And by the way, this guy over here, he also has a link tree, linktr.ee/Reef Breland. I don't know if it's in the doobly-doo, but it should be, and I need to add it if it's not, but it might be somewhere. But you can leave him some weed money, and that way you can keep that smoke flowing all night long. It costs us a lot to keep that smoke going. So pizza making show, I love it. A pizza making show with Ed Heller from Chicago, but it's got to not include deep dish. That's all. I'm kidding. Of course, you can't do it from Chicago. No. I'm just messing with Kit. That's my dig at Kit Cabello. I love him to death. I also released the Friends of Indie Left podcast from my one-on-one with Kit last month, which was again a blast, and all the segments and clips, and those are available on all channels now for free. So check those out. I'm going to switch to our doobly-doo. Indie Main, and we have a new element added to the screen, as you'll notice. And it actually, what I need to do is fix it so that it is focused on, not on the top corner, but on the bottom. So that it's got the most recent chats. But I will have to mess with that later. But for now, let's just put that down there. Keep us fueled with coffee. I can mess with that as we do, later on. But we've got, first of all, the leftist.today Substack, and let's, wrong thing I'm blowing up. Here, let's blow this up. Everybody can see it a lot clearer. So again, you can watch this right now live on the Substack. Boom, boom. There we are. Okay. There are all the links to find us on a bunch of other platforms everywhere except for Telegram, which I forgot to include the Telegram link here, but of course it is down below. A summary of some of the stories what stories we're planning on covering before we get to boats smashing into other boats, which we're going to need. We're going to definitely need some eye bleach tonight after the stories that we've got. Got our little guy blowing out smoke or wind or whatever you want to call that. That's our little icon for the month. And then all the links everywhere you can find us. And again, I wanted to show you what current independentleft.news looked like. Again, you can see us streaming live at the top of independentleft.news when you go there. And then you've got all the stories about Amazon Labor Union, about what's happening with COVID. There's our stream with Misty you can watch a replay of, and a whole ton of videos, including a clip of that Shepherd of Hope's spoken word piece that Jesse Jett performed live on INN News the other night. There you got Chris Hedges. There's the appearance on the Political Matrix. You've got us talking about Amazon and Chris Legion. This is a real fire segment. I definitely advise everybody to go take a look at that. But I just want to kind of get to some of these things and show you again how many articles. We've got another 50 articles on top of all the different videos. A plug into to Discord. You can see that right now, Big Mad Crab, he's live on Discord right now. Okay, and you can connect and join our Discord right from here. You can see currently there's 84 members online. I think we're over 500, or about approaching 500 members. Here's the last episode of How Did We Miss That? You can watch that replay there as well. So again, we're trying to include as much and make it available and easy to find everything Indie Left in one place. Also wanted to mention Bongfather merch. So if you love our logo and you love the Bongfather, as I do, you order yourself for $20 a Bongfather t-shirt. And we have socks, and we've got hoodies, and we've got it in every size, all the way up to 4XT. That's and still for the same $19.99. You could use it as I don't know what. Reef could probably use it as a shirt.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. So we've got mugs, we've got hoodies, we've got pullovers, we've got tank tops, we've got socks, we got long sleeves, you name it, and it's all Bongfather merch. Again, we're gonna get some other stuff in there probably next month, and we'll change some logos and color schemes next month. Again, we're not gonna keep this scheme forever, but I'm really digging it. I gotta say, it's been a blast to have the theme this month. So I think we're ready to get to some stories. Cool. So let's go to the doodly-doo. There's our thumbnail, and let's go back and switch to our story. And this one's actually a pretty fun one. So why it's happening is not so fun, but no, I'm not going to donate now to you guys, but you're badass.
They've been doing that.
What, putting the pop up?
Stays there.
No,
donate now stays there.
Yeah, it makes it difficult to close, and I think it's because I'm so zoomed in too, because I'm at like 190%. But Extinction Rebellion, who Reef has been talking about for a very long time, that performs fantastic direct action everywhere around the world. So Extinction Rebellion New York did a protest and shut down New York City street. Okay, and no wars, no warming. Organizers plan the event to demand that our tax money stop fossil fueling endless war and start funding healthcare, green jobs and infrastructure, other climate adaptation measures, and housing. Outstanding. Again, love these guys. Members of Extinction Rebellion. That was on April 15th, Tax Day. They perched on top of, locked themselves on two 15-foot tripods installed near the Charging Bull sculpture. 9 activists were arrested.
Okay.
So again, just awesome. And then you've got some of the tweets. Let me bring that down a little bit. Yeah, around the Wall Street area around the Wall Street Bowl, currently taken by Extinction Rebellion and friends. That's freaking great.
To beat them, we'll have to make our own tripod. But they'll have
Crabs in the
4
chat.
legs.
What's up, dude? So again, let's so Emma Jacobs, yeah, this is said in a statement Monday, our tax money should be funding a mass mobilization off fossil fuels, supporting the communities most impacted by the climate crisis and addressing the mitigation and adaptation measures. Yes, I know, all you MMT people. Yeah, I know. Taxes don't fund spending. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Okay? Bottom line is that our priority should not be to fund a mass mobilization. It's not about our tax money, our money. Okay? Take out the word tax, guys, and we're saying the same thing. All right? Let's just, enough. Not tonight. Fossil fuel use is a direct cause of the climate crisis, yet still the Biden administration continues to gaslight us and call himself the climate president, all while perpetuating environmental destruction. Hell yeah, Emma.
Yep.
And this is a cool Emma. I don't know too many cool Emmas. I guess Emma Stone, she's pretty badass. Again, we cannot be reliant on the fossil fuel economy and have military defense industry, which is one of the highest emitters in the world. Reliance on fossil fuels propagates wars and forces relationships with governments who control the fossil fuel supply. Plus, U.S. military produces more carbon dioxide than countries including Denmark, Sweden, and Portugal. Yeah, we knew that. Thank you, Abby Martin, for doing her amazing piece on the U.S. military and the amount of pollutants that they do.
Yep.
Noting that since 2001 alone, our military has emitted nearly 1.2 billion metric tons, 1.2 billion metric tons of greenhouse gases, Jacobs argued. Okay, this is unsustainable for our country and our planet, one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Our hard-earned tax dollars should be spent avoiding catastrophic climate change, lifting up the least advantaged, and creating opportunities in a more peaceful, environmentally stable society. Emma for president, because she'd do a whole lot better than Sleepy Joe. Okay, so New York City campaign follows recent global uprising of scientists affiliated with the group. Okay, we know about that. We covered that last week or 2 weeks ago, which also came after the latest IPCC report. They did some Earth Day protests. It was, the IPCC report was just dismal, and the government's actually encouraged these guys to water it down because it was so bad. So what we got was even a watered down version of that. So recognizing that no one societal branch is responsible for the failures of our leaders to act, of course. Okay, so they have demands directed at government, financial institutions, and media. There's only one that I find is still missing, which is private corporations that are huge pollutants also. But I'm sure that Extinction Rebellion certainly has their eyes on the ball. They aren't alone calling for taking tax dollars from the U.S. war machine and instead investing. Again, there you go, MMT. Other involved, including 350, not a huge fan of 350, but Code Pink, big fan. Okay, Peace Action New York State, Resistance Brooklyn, the Roses and Bread, iffy, Veterans for Peace, like those guys, World Can't Wait. Okay. So again, it's a mixed bag as far as the groups that are involved, but I guess, you want a big coalition of people. Bones, we got Bones in the chat. Additionally, the National Priorities Project at the Institute for Policy Studies on Friday released a breakdown of how much the average taxpayer paid toward various government expenses last year. And the average taxpayer paid almost $1,000 for Pentagon contractors, compared with just $171 for K-12 education. I love these kind of charts. Look at that. 7 cents toward international affairs and 3.8 cents toward food agriculture. I love these. Okay, but a lot of your tax dollars go toward health, unemployment, labor, military, right there. 15.3 cents of every tax dollar go toward the military. Again, taxes don't fund spending. Yeah, we know. Okay, we are investing too much in the military and law enforcement and not enough on prevention, people, and communities. And that is the crux of this. All right.
Well, they may not fund spending, but they do fund something. which, you should know where that funding is going.
Right?
Mainly the military, but
Yep, that's pretty much military, and then the intelligence community on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Extinction Rebellion. But not only that, we actually had our friend of the show, friend of the network, Ford Fisher, actually had live coverage. He did a 10-minute video, a 10-minute hit summary of the protests and of the action on Odyssey. So I encourage you, again, news to share on Odyssey. This will be in the notes, and I'll drop this live into the chat right now, so everybody has a copy of it. And you can bookmark it for later and go check that out, because it was pretty badass. Again, New York 6-0 hold We Will Not Be Bystanders March. There you go. There's the original 1080p. Nice. There we go. Nice and clear. We can even full screen that bad boy.
Yeah, except it's not working because you're only cutting off.
Yeah, I know. I cut off a portion of it. That's all right. But there you go. Again, shout out to Ford Fisher. Shout out to News to Share. Just got married recently. I think he had a birthday recently. Again, friend of the show. Fan of News to Share. Support independent media. He's affiliated somehow with Matt Taibbi and TK News. Here's them doing I think this might be Emma, actually.
I don't hear it.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I do. That's weird. All right, well then I'll pause it. Okay.
You probably have it to me and not to guest.
No, I have it to guest and to me turned on, but that's okay. Anyway, again, I just wanted to shout out that Matt Taibbi, that Ford Fisher was there, News to Share. I don't know if it was Ford or his partner. Okay, but then, yeah, of course, you had all the not so fun people over on Odyssey that commented. But I also wanted to shout out not just Extinction Rebellion in New York City, but Extinction Rebellion UK. That's the leader of the whole thing. And Emma Smart, another badass based Emma, she's on a hunger strike after being refused bail. And I wanted to give this a shout out. This also came out on Earth Day. Okay, she got arrested for raising the alarm. Went on a hunger strike after being denied bail. Was detained during a protest with 24 students at the UK's government's Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy. Instead of being released, she's being held at Charing Cross waiting for a court hearing. Why? She's been charged with criminal damage after pasting scientific papers to the government building and gluing themselves to the glass frontage. Orale. I see a shadow banned refugee showing up in Rockfin chat. Good to see you, brother. Shouted you out before, too. There are protests, again, with Extinction Rebellion for part of the April Rebellion, which is calling for an end to all new fossil fuel investments immediately. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
All right. Emma was also one of the Highway 9 who spent time in prison over Christmas for breaking an injunction with insolent Britain. She said during a trial last year, this court may see me as being on the wrong side of the law, but in my heart, I know I'm on the right side of history. I will not be a bystander. Okay, she's awesome. Her husband said, what kind of world do we live in when scientists are forced to put themselves in positions of arrest and hunger strike to be heard? And why is she not being released? This was a minor crime with no disruption to the public. Come on, I have to do it in a British voice because they're British.
Is that what that was?
That was a really bad one, but yes. Her treatment is disproportionate to her crime. I will at least admit that it's a bad one. Human Love Solidarity, welcome to the chat also. Thanks for being here tonight. But yes, our politicians are aware of the severity of climate emergency. Every decision should be informed by science, not coerced for profit and greed. Emma knows what's at stake if we don't stop fossil fuel investments, and she's taking a stand for her niece's future and all those around the world suffering now from this crisis. Everyone must stand with her now and come out the streets to show the government that change is coming whether they like it or not. 100%. So, really good stuff. Awful that she has to do that. Here's what their key demands are. Must tell the truth by declaring a climate and ecological emergency, working with other institutions to communicate the urgency for change. Government must now act to halt biodiversity loss and reduce greenhouse gas emissions to net zero by 2025. and government must create and be led by the decisions of a citizens' assembly on climate and ecological justice. Yeah, I can see our leaders ceding power to a citizens' assembly. Sure. I love the idea.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. And that's actually what they're looking for, not just in, I think it's mostly in the UK, but again, it's Extinction Rebellion. They're global, so they want to see this worldwide. And I'd love to see that too. So this wasn't too long.
Me as well.
But I did, again, want to shout out Extinction Rebellion. They do great work. Again, just want to shout out making ecocide an international crime. Nice. And what Extinction Rebellion is now working on. Again, shouting out human love, solidarity. There you go, dude. Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. We're going to go back to the doodly doop and to the two shot. What's going on, everybody? Hey. Hi. E. Heller. Limited streaming services. What? The streaming services? What are we talking about? Oh, pizza party. There you go.
Yeah.
A part-time host on Chicago Corner. Wait, you don't live stream? Oh, we could get you live. We could help you get live streaming, Ed. We could figure that out. There's Big Mad Crab, shout out fam. INN peeps. Team Tara, Eric T. Red. How you doing, brother? Good to see you too. Everybody's hanging out. It's great. It's good to see everybody. Les Bones, what's going on, dude? Howdy, howdy, howdy. American Extinction Rebellion, fourth demand, which is attention to poor and disadvantaged, including natives. Yep. Land back stuff's coming back. Yep. 100%. Great stuff.
Yep.
Oh, what'd you think of all that stuff? I know I did a lot of talking.
Well, I mean, I love Extinction Rebellion for this like action stuff, right? Where they, they get out somewhere, they build a tripod, like, they leave a boat there, like they do something that's not, while not illegal in and of itself,
it's annoying.
Causes disruption. Yes. Yeah. Like it causes some, like, they have to deal with it somehow. It forces them to either expend funds to like get something out to like fix it, or you have to unglue them from like glass, like, it just makes it harder, right? And the whole time you do that and you're gaining a crowd, people wondering what's up, why are all these cops here, like, news shows up, all that stuff, like, you're doing that in a way where you get lots of eyeballs, people see your message, and then you get to tell them what your message is, so to me it is like, it seems like the thing to actually be doing,
Yeah.
But you need more of that on every angle, and not just on like environmental stuff. Like, I feel like the environmental people do this really well, but like, these are things that I don't know, it just I just hope more people do them, but
yeah, I hope more people do them too. I think that these guys do some badass work, and they put themselves out there. They're putting themselves at risk. They're getting themselves arrested to make a spectacle, to make a statement, and I certainly appreciate them doing that. But let's see if that worked. Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. Now we've got the chat flowing so that the most recent one's going to show. Cool.
Okay.
Hey, we fixed that on the fly. I like it while you were talking, and I was listening too. But I love it.
Yeah.
We have our next story here. I am ready with that, and we are going to go to this window, and we're going to do that, and we're going to slide over to. Hey, there we go.
I would definitely zoom that in.
Yeah, we're going to have to zoom that in. And this is, let me tell you, we did a story on Moon of Alabama. I don't know, about 3 weeks ago. And we talked about their OPSEC stuff that they had called and how they were just spot on with their coverage. And that has gotten so many different, so many views on the clip, especially like, wow. I was like, we need to do more Moon of Alabama stuff, because they got fire, they got great analysis, and people seem to like it. So, by all means, good stuff, Moon of Alabama, and here we are again. So, Russia has launched phase 2 of its operation in Ukraine, and this was an open thread, number 51. And some of the weapons delivered to Ukraine will be used against us. This was on April 20th. So this is on 420. And I think even Richard Medhurst may have done an article about this, but that the U.S. and its proxies in Europe are moving an enormous amount of weapons into Ukraine, but no one has an idea where those weapons will end up. It is likely that many of those will proliferate outside of the Ukraine, and some of those weapons will inevitably hit those who will now deliver them. I'm laughing, but there's no laughing matter. It's just really serious, and because we have no control over where these things are going, and we're just handing them out to Nazis willy-nilly. Hey, thanks, Joe. In a review of the U.S. war on Syria, Aaron Mate details how the Obama-Biden team empowered terrorist networks in Syria, right, which is based on declassified documents, news reports, and scattered admissions of U.S. officials. This overlooked history of how the Obama-Biden team's effort to oust the Assad regime in concert with allies including Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Turkey details a series of discrete decisions that ultimately led the U.S. to empower terrorist networks bent on its destruction. And I'm guessing they're talking about like Al-Qaeda and Al-Nusra. And some of the rebels in Syria. The U.S. pushed an enormous amount of weapons into Syria. Those weapons did not end up with the moderate rebels the U.S. propaganda had elevated, but in the hands of the most ideologically committed and most brutal actors on the ground. That's great. So again, you've even got, just 1 month after Benghazi, New York Times reported that hardline Islamic jihadists, including groups with ties or affiliations to Al-Qaeda, have received the lion's share of the arms. So that was shipped to Syria. That's great. Thanks, guys. So, in a repeat of that strategy, the U.S. is currently pushing an enormous amount of weapons as well as mercenaries into Ukraine. The problem is, again, that it's not going to end up in their hands. The bigger stuff it delivers is not much of a concern, but the huge amount of small arms and small ammo, the anti-tank weapons, and the handheld anti-air systems are of serious long-term danger.
Yep.
These fit into a car trunk. They could easily be smuggled across borders. Okay.
Yep.
Previously explained, right-wing ideology that is nurtured in Ukraine will become a danger primarily to European countries, but also beyond. And here we go. Whitney Webb writes, CIA is creating the new Al-Qaeda, this time as a white supremacist right-wing militia. And Whitney Webb is as good as they come. Love her. Shout out to Whitney. Okay. The fact that Moon of Alabama is citing and using Whitney's research in their work tells me a lot. And it's a lot why probably it's getting the views that it's getting and why they're accurate with their analysis. But a part of these mercenaries are currently getting recruited by Western security companies, quote unquote security, right? These are private, these are the Eric Prince run Blackwater Exo private military contractors that do the same exact thing, but charge us 3 times as much for ex-military with no oversight from Congress either, by the way. These militia will all use the small weapons NATO countries that NATO countries are now delivering to Ukraine or to attack Russian troops and their supporters. And of course, there's a lot of serious backlashes in Poland and Romania, where these troops get deployed. In the long run, it'll lead to right-wing terror coming back to these countries who are now supporting these forces. And again, there's a lot of right-wing extremism right now going on in Poland. I know there's like 10% of their, I think, stuff is neo-Nazi. It's like kind of scary. Okay, hashtag win Bruce. Okay, together with the economic devastation that U.S. and European sanctions on Russia are causing on their own economies, this will end in regime changes in several European countries. That's right. The U.S. is, of course, again protecting itself from as much as it can at the cost of others. And again, if Poland gets destabilized, that's bad for us. But we're fighting. This is the proxy war, and these are the sacrifices that our government, unfortunately, is willing to make. Is to have the citizens get so angry at their leaders that they sided with us and backed this action that they end up throwing out their government and putting in a hardline right-wing government that's aligned with the Nazis in Ukraine, which is just what? Wow. If there's a lesson to be learned from Syria, it's that the most ideologically committed and most brutal people on the ground will not only proliferate their ideology into other countries, they're also the groups which inevitably end up holding the most dangerous weapons. They'll give some to those groups in other countries, which will have the same ideology. Fascist groups in Ukraine are not a Russian propaganda invention or just nationalist. Again, citing back 2018, even the NATO lobbyists at the Atlantic Council, and we know all about the Atlantic Council, called them a dangerous threat. All right, and this again is the Atlantic Council's assessment from 2018. Over the last 8 years in those groups, Ukraine have had lots of contacts with similar groups in other countries. They've invited foreigners to fight with them on the front line with the Donbas republics. These are potential buyers for the weapons that are now being delivered to Ukraine. So the U.S. has no idea who ends up with the tens of thousands of weapons it is now providing. And again, this says the U.S. has few ways to track the substantial supply of anti-tank, anti-aircraft, and other weaponry is sent across the border to Ukraine. Sources tell CNN. A blind spot that's due in large part to a lack of U.S. boots on the ground in country. See what they're trying to do? Oh, well, we can't track the weapons, so we have to send soldiers in there to track the weapons? Because that's what U.S. soldiers are good at doing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, and that's just going to be an excuse to put U.S. troops in there anyway. Like,
yep.
You know.
Well, they're already in Poland, and Roland, what's his name's with him, but Malcolm Nance, or or as Daryl or INN brother calls him, Rambro. Almost, I fell over when he said that shit. Rambro, outstanding. Okay, I couldn't tell you where they are in Ukraine, or whether Ukrainian officials are using them at this point. That's really good to know. Okay, they're not telling us every round of ammunition they're firing and at whom and when. They may never know exactly to what degree they've been using the switchblades. Of course not.
Yeah.
But trucks loaded with pallets of arms provided by the DoD are picked up by Ukrainian armed forces, primarily in Poland, and then driven across the border. And then it's up to the Ukrainians to determine where they go and how they're allocated inside their country. And they said one cannot trust Ukrainian officials who claim that these weapons will only be used for good purposes. Yeah, we can see how good, they are when they get tied to, when they've been saran wrapping people to telephone poles with their asses hanging out.
Hitting them green, yep. Yeah.
It's a war. Everything they do and say publicly is designed to help them win the war. Every public statement is an information operation. Every interview, every Zelensky appearance broadcast is an information operation, said another source familiar with Western intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. It is an information war. So, again, Zelensky constantly demands more weapons, and no one has an idea where they'll end up. How will he himself set aside to later sell, and who will buy those? Well, how many? Well, yeah, I mean, look, because his wealth has increased tremendously. So for sure, yeah, javelins have come home to roost will be a headline. Oh goodness, I hope not. The experience from the war on Syria tells us the weapons that fell off a truck in Ukraine will eventually end up in the most ideologically committed and most brutal people. In Ukraine, those are the fascists. Some international criminals gangs may want to eliminate rivals who might also be interested. How long will it take until a switchblade suicide drone will drop on a police car in Poland? How long until an anti-tank weapon will be used in a gang fight in Paris? How long until Stinger anti-tank, anti-air missile will down a civil airplane in Rome? 1, 3, 5 years?
Yep.
It's now a danger we're all going to be living with. Thanks, Joe. Keep arming the fucking Nazis and keep sending weapons willy-nilly across the border and handing it to these guys with no idea of where it's going to go or how it's going to be distributed. Great work, everybody. Woohoo! USA, USA.
Yep.
All about gas.
Some of
This
the
is all
weapons.
about gas.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's all about American power and, control. And, there's that clip from, Pasta and Steve, where it's like there's this world economic angle, and there's this, like military contract angle, and there's so many angles to this story that you're having to look at.
And then there's the real central bankers and the Bank of International Settlements that they were talking. That I was listening to Whitney talk about this week on her latest podcast. Shout out to Whitney Webb, unlimitedhangout.com. Go subscribe. It's $5 a month. It's well worth it. And support an independent journalist and independent investigative journalist who is the dot connector. She's phenomenal. I can't gush about her enough. So shout out to Whitney if you're watching, and I'm sure you're not, but hi Whitney, we love you. Maybe Star's watching, or she'll see it later. I'll clip it and send it to her.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got a couple of more stories, but we have not done a Caitlin's Corner in a couple of weeks. So doodly doo, Let's do one. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So the U.S. cries about war crimes while imprisoning a journalist for exposing its war crimes. Free Julian Assange. Now. Oh, man. So, of course, we had the extradition hearing this week, or at least the ruling or the sending of the extradition, announcing that he will be extradited on April 20th. That was sent to, and I'm sure Caitlin will get to it, Priti Patel, who is the Homeland Secretary over there. She has until May 18th to block it. Everybody's, of course, going to write and send her emails. Misty has a link somewhere on, maybe even be pinned to her Twitter, on where you can call or send her email and flood her office with requests to free this man and to deny the extradition. No extradition. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, so, and I won't do Tim's job. Again, it's only a 3.5 minute thing, so it's a short one. In what his lawyers have described as a brief but significant moment in this case, a British magistrate's court has signed off on Julian Assange's extradition to the United States, bringing the WikiLeaks founder one step closer to a U.S. trial under the Espionage Act, which threatens press freedoms worldwide. The extradition case now goes to UK Home Secretary Priti Patel for approval, which will likely be forthcoming as she is a reliably loyal Empire manager. After that point, his legal team will be able to launch an appeal. This is happening at the same time, of course, that the United States and UK are loudly demanding accountability for alleged war crimes by the Russian military in Ukraine, which is interesting because attempting to bring accountability for war crimes is precisely why Julian Assange is in prison in the first place.
Yep.
Biden says of Putin that he's a war criminal following what, the quote unquote false flag operation in Bucha. Definitely there are questions as to the origins and what happened. It is a massacre. It is a tragedy. There is no denying what happened and that people died. How it happened and who created it and exactly the events that transpired to cause it are certainly in question. And I'm not going to read the narrative manager of the day, the Associated Press, because they're only going to provide you exactly what the corporate spin is going to be. However, WikiLeaks will remind you that 12 years ago on April 20th, Julian Assange published Collateral Murder. That must have been on April 9th. Detailing the gunning down of civilians. April 5th. Children and 2 Reuters journalists. Again, we covered that in our last episode.
Yep.
Okay, and that's all I'd like to say here today, really. That is that this discrepancy is very interesting. I mean, can we take a moment to deeply appreciate the irony of this? Because it's so obscene and outrageous that it's actually hard to take in unless you really let it absorb. The most powerful government in the world, which serves as the hub of the most powerful empire that's ever existed, is working to extradite a journalist for exposing its war crimes while simultaneously rending its garments over other war crime allegations against another government. I mean, damn.
Caitlin calls it like she sees it.
Oh, I fucking love her. You would think a power structure that had recently been caught red-handed committing war crimes and is currently in the process of imprisoning a journalist for exposing those war crimes would at least have the sense not to yell loudly about war crimes for a little while. But this is how confident the empire is in its ability to control the narrative. Really take it in, really digest it, because the more you think about it, the freakier it gets. Not only is the empire persecuting a journalist for exposing its war crimes while at the same time demanding that others be held accountable for war crimes, it's also attacking that free press for reporting the truth about the powerful while at the same time engaging in a massive propaganda operation which holds that it is involved in Ukraine to protect its freedom and democracy. I mean, that alone, I mean, that's a narrative propaganda on its own. Okay, let alone the narratives about COVID and inflation and inequality and Medicare for all and all the other narratives that they've been controlling. Okay?
Yep.
I mean, the gall, the absolute temerity, the balls on this empire, man. I love her. Give Caitlin support. Okay, she said it before. Say Assange exposed many ugly realities about the powerful in his work with WikiLeaks, but everything that he's managed to expose thereafter simply by forcing them to prosecute him far surpasses the revelations in those publications. If the highest form of journalism is exposing the darkest secrets of the most powerful people in the world, then Julian Assange is the highest form of journalist. Yep. I love that woman. She's amazing. And her last article was, please use all of my material free of charge as often as you want. Cite me, don't cite me, I don't care. And I said, why the hell would I ever do that when you're as amazing as you are? I'm going to cite you, and I'm going to tell everybody to read your stuff all day, every day. Love you to death, Caitlin. Thank you. You're the best. Free Julian Assange. This is insane. Let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden.
What? No. Huh?
What? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, how we doing? Oh, we're not doing so bad. We got a couple more stories to go. Not so bad, but this one's kind of frustrating and obnoxious and really, really maddening. So again, let's take a look at chat. Big Whitney Webb is so base. Yes, she is. Love her to death. Misty's tweet about emailing Pretty. Thank you, E. Heller, for dropping that in the chat. And yes, Eric E. Red, we love Caitlin Johnstone. And shout out to Sabby, because Sabby's been calling this out too quite a bit. You know, I focus on writers, and I don't focus enough on streamers in this space and on activists that have a platform. But Sabby's been doing awesome work on calling out what's happening with Assange and Fiorella and Convo Couch and Slow News Day and now AM Wake Up, and of course Misty and all the organizing that she's done in Action for Assange, and everybody, just Richard Medhurst knocking it out, covering that and calling it the way it is. Can't appreciate all of you people enough, really. Thank you so much for being that voice. This one was really frustrating. It's, you know, I found this one in, let me switch back and do the doodly doo. Boop, 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 boop. Rip. Hey, there we go. So I found this one in Independent Left News, and I will begrudgingly admit that it actually came from The Intercept. It was shared by Gaijin Girl 2004, I believe is her Twitter handle. She's a big fan, friend, long time. She shared it on The Intercept, but it was co-published with The Counter, and unfortunately, first of all, I don't want to show The Intercept because The Intercept is garbage, and I will be the first one to say The Intercept is garbage. All right, but they co-publish once in a while from a smaller outlet and then steal their shine and act like they published it the whole time. They did all the work, when in truth, The Counter did all the work. H. Claire Brown and Jessica Fu wrote this incredible article where they're exposing McDonald's franchises planning to pay tens of millions of dollars in PPP loans to corporate headquarters. However, in order to get any kind of views, and let me tell you how it really works in media, in order to get any kind of views from a big outlet, you've got to go to The Intercept, and what The Intercept wants to do is put their name and allow it to, instead of saying it was from The Counter, they're going to act like that this was published by The Intercept, and they're not even going to allow you to reference, in half the cases, the publication. They did this, honestly, and I'm not a big fan of Jordan Chariton right now, but they did this to Status Quo repeatedly on the Flint story, and they didn't even allow them to reference that it was Status Quo that did the work. It was kind of gross. Now, in this case, they co-published with The Counter, probably because they know The Counter's now going out of business, by the way, which is really sad. They had done good work. Notice they also have a save for later. This is really cool, for Pocket and for Flipboard. I just noticed that. That's really unique. I never seen another website do that. Got to take a look at the template and who these people are that are doing that. But madness is what's happening here at McDonald's franchises and with McDonald's corporate that figured out a way to get their franchises to fleece them and use these CARES Act PPP loans, okay, to funnel this money up to a multi-billion-dollar, hugely profitable corporation that's already taking crazy advantage of its workers. So again, let's blow this up a little bit. Okay, so at the start of the pandemic, again, and this is a somewhat long article. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, okay, but what they're saying here, and I'll go through in snippets, is that the COVID relief funds were designed to keep workers employed, but fast food franchises allocated money to their landlord, which is McDonald's corporate. That's what they ended up doing, because a percentage of PPP money could be used towards rent.
Yeah.
But, so,
I mean, okay.
Unlike many chain restaurants, McDonald's leases or owns most of the land on which its franchises sits. One former executive estimates 80 to 90%, which is $7.5 billion in franchises and rental payments in 2019 alone, which is more than it collected in royalties and more than a third of what it reported in revenues across both corporation and franchise. Now, that's it collected that in rental payments, but not in profit. Okay, and now I love how they like to make these little designations. However, but a new analysis of loan application data by the Counter and Intercept found that franchises plan to use more than $31 million in taxpayer-backed PPP loans on rent. Thanks a lot. All right. Almost 2,400 McDonald's franchises collected almost $1.4 billion in PPP loans. Huge numbers. Groups representing the franchises claim credit in aiding their members to get in on the PPP loans early after McDonald's corporate refused to grant rent relief. How nice. Okay. We help prepare our owners to be first in line, perhaps knowing the government, less solvent than our global company, was at least attempting to provide the desperately needed liquidity. Okay, that's National Owners Association. And he said that right in the middle of shutdown. PPP loans were in many ways an ideal solution for store owners. It offered up to $10 million per franchise, pay for immediate expenses, and if they spent the money as Congress intended, mostly on payroll, they were eligible for forgiveness. A lot of those loans have had to be repaid.
Yep.
So all told, again, 2389. McDonald's, almost $1.3 billion in PPP loans. That makes McDonald's stores the second largest franchise recipient. Only GM businesses whose car dealerships or franchises took on more. Yeah, a whole different thing, except that the owner of the franchise also is responsible and owns the land and is responsible for the property taxes to the state and to the government on the land. Whereas here you had a franchisee that was paying rent to a national corporation. It's not like people were paying General Motors. These franchisors were not paying General Motors rent. This is again a false equivalency. As somebody who loves car dealers, don't smear the car dealer in this case, because he didn't do anything wrong here. He was the local business that it was intended for. He employs a ton of local people, and he is not funded by a national, though he's subsidized for his vehicles in some cases by the franchise. It's a whole different situation. Franchise doesn't own the land that his dealership sits on. He's not paying rent to the franchise to the parent company. But again, 421 rent figures to McDonald's franchises of more than $31 million. All right. Two owners confirmed that they used the loans as indicated to pay a total of $450,000 in rent to McDonald's. Another said he wound up using all the money on payroll instead. Vast majority declined to comment or did not respond to phone calls, emails, fax messages. Come on. They really faxed somebody? Yeah. They have a fax machine? Okay. Anyway, Those who agreed to speak with the counter and intercept asked for anonymity. Of course, they don't want to be retaliated by corporate because we know how benevolent McDonald's is as a corporation. Okay, 31 million in payments is substantial, but the actual amount may be higher. Of course, $31 million, how much was allocated? You had hundreds of billions of dollars allocated. This is still a drop in the bucket. Again, $31 million that could have gone to even more small businesses, and there were people that were left in the dark and and the program ran out of money. And part of the reason why is because people like this were given a scheme and told by McDonald's that, oh, you can apply for PPP money. It's perfectly within the bounds of the law. Get that money and then pay McDonald's corporate a portion of that for rent. And we'll all win out. And let the federal government subsidize our losses and our profits. Okay. And oh yeah, by the way, what was McDonald's profitability during that period? I guarantee you they were profitable.
A lot.
Okay.
It was very profitable. Lots of profit.
Okay. With borrowers declining to specify how they use the money, it's unclear precisely how many taxpayer dollars were ultimately paid to McDonald's or its real estate efforts in the form of rent. Okay. 88 lenders processed loans on behalf of McDonald's franchisees, but none provided additional detail because it's privacy stuff. They're not allowed to. Okay. Lack of concrete data also makes it impossible to understand the impact of relaxation of rules passed by Congress in June 2020 allowed businesses to direct a greater percentage of the money toward non-payroll expenses, including rent. What they were finding was, again, that the businesses were not being able to maintain their other vendor expenses, even like to keep the lights on and to keep the water flowing and to keep all the other things, ancillary businesses that support their business going. They were running out of cash. So instead of, 75% had to be spent on payroll, only 60% had to be spent on payroll. And the change came after most of the McDonald's franchisee loans were filed. Okay, so they were already at a 75% number or at a 25% number, not even applying for the 40%. All right, but McDonald's and its franchisees were involved in lobbying efforts to loosen the restrictions. So what a surprise. Right, it was designed as a lifeline for small businesses, but the program's limitations imposed by regulators were sinking them. Right.
Yeah.
All right. And here talks about the real estate that McDonald's sits on and how much they own. According to the end of 2020, $37.9 billion in real estate assets before depreciation.
379 billion, or is that point billion?
No, 37.9 billion.
Okay.
Okay. McDonald's is a real estate company. Okay. It's able to use the profits of McDonald's, the hamburger company, to maintain an incredible portfolio of wealth in real estate. Owning property has provided the company extra stability in times of crisis. Yet in the spring of 2020, when the national franchise leadership asked for the 2-week rent forgiveness, McDonald's refused.
Right.
Owners were furious. They couldn't believe the world's largest restaurant company couldn't give them any support when you read about all the other smaller restaurant chains doing it every week. Gross. McDonald's is likely not the only corporation that collected taxpayer dollars in the form of PPP rent payments. Okay. They all own franchise real estate. So if the arrangement of having mega corporations collect money, federal aid money, bears further scrutiny, it's not likely to come from the SBA.
Right.
Okay, to run the massive $789 billion PPP program, the SBA offloaded the administrative task of processing paperwork to lenders like private banks and credit unions, and as a result, the agency said it doesn't have forgiveness records related to any particular PPP loan. They had no fucking oversight. They had no fucking oversight. They handed this money to all the banks and said, here, we trust you.
Yeah. And then no follow-up, no nothing.
Right. It raises key questions about whether the program even actually achieved its core aim, which is keeping workers on payroll. Well, since there was a transfer upward of $1.4 trillion over the last 2 fucking years, I'd say no, you assholes. Thanks, Intercept. See, this is the gaslighting that the Intercept fucking puts in. This is why I can't stand the Intercept. This is a great article. This is really important. And in the end, their conclusion is dog shit. I guarantee you they screwed with this.
Program at the beginning was to try and preserve jobs. Moulton said, it's the name of the program. The more you dilute that with the authorization to use it on rent or mortgage payments or utilities, it really dilutes its impact. Well, yeah.
Did we save jobs? We spent a lot of money, and it's very hard to answer that very simple question.
I mean, especially when McDonald's owns the land, right?
They own all the land. 37 billion.
You're putting it to rent from the franchise owner, right? Franchise owners paying rent on the facility. You're putting those PP loans to that, right? PPP loans.
This is what I wanted to show.
Actually needs the fucking loan money, which was supposed to be the employees.
This is the thing I wanted to show. Why is it doing that? Come on, chat.
I don't know. It does it when you.
I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. Whatever. I did want to show a couple things here that we got. Putin has bigger balls than the U.S. military-industrial complex. Yeah, he kind of does. So this whole McDonald's thing is really frustrating, and you could hear it kind of getting my blood boiling. That again, money that should have gone to actual small businesses went to one of the biggest corporations in the world, which. Oh, yeah, here's the follow-up. Questions about how they were able to bounce back from the early days of the pandemic are easy to answer. Of course, because of the real estate. In January, their CEO called 2021 a banner year for the company, despite the public health crisis. McDonald's Corporation reported $23.2 billion in worldwide revenue, its highest total since 2016. Again, not profit, but $23 billion in revenue. $23 billion in revenue. $23 billion. Okie doke. Is that Joey or is that Dad?
No, that's Pow. You know?
Okie doke. Welcome to the show.
I know, right?
Fuck you, McDonald's. Fuck you, McDonald's. And my kids love you. Fuck you, McDonald's.
Even that good. The fries ain't even that good.
Dude, they put sugar in them. Come on.
Yeah.
They put sugar in them to get the kids hooked.
I mean, and that's a weird, complicated fucking loan story that you have to like parse out and shit. You have to be like, all right, where's all that money going? You know,
not even it's going from the government to the franchisees, and for the franchisees, a portion of it is going to subsidize McDonald's profits. Yep.
Right. Back to corporate. Right.
Right. And that makes its way out to the shareholders in the form of dividends and in the form of appreciation for the stock, which by the way, McDonald's stock has also gone kaflooey in the last couple of years.
Those were meant to go to like, you know, employers.
Yeah, like local restaurants that had like, you know, 10 people or 20 people or 50 people working there, and to take care of the kitchen staff.
They have better chance of getting the loans anyway because they're, you know, connected with the banks already there.
Yep.
Right. You know, like, yeah, that's dumb. That's a lot of dumbness from that.
Yeah, it's a lot of dumbness. All right, so we're doing good. So we got two more stories. One is just freaking horrible, and one is not so horrible. So the friggin' horrible one is what the fuck is going on at Al-Aqsa Mosque?
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, did you watch any of the videos from it?
Yeah, we're gonna probably have to show a couple here. Now, first of all, shout out to Unicorn Riot. They hooked up with a local Palestinian journalist named Mohammed Ahmed, who is now a contributor to Unicorn Riot. And
anyone has Unicorn Riot, I would love to like. Y'all do great stuff, and you guys stay out of being labeled as things and whatever. You put cameras in the right places. If you could teach other people to do more of that, fantastic.
Yeah, that's Nico Georgiadis. He you know, again, they're a great outlet. They go out in the field and they just point a camera and they they're an unbiased reporting is what they offer. Again, they're showing Middle East Eye.
Yep, this is where they're breaking through the windows up there in the like top of the mosque, which are probably, you know, stained glass, like, you know, worth millions.
Flashbangs, sound grenades, tear gas.
Right. And why are they storming the mosque like this?
Don't know. These are worshippers at Ramadan.
Right. And then I saw people have like, the people holding rocks are a problem. Like, oh, are they? You know, what about all the people with, you know, like all those people with the Tavors running around, you know? How about the ones that sling 5.56 at people? How about those rocks?
I mean,
Like,
again, the Israeli police said that around 4 a.m., dozens of masked men entered the Al-Aqsa Mosque, ignited projectiles, and threw stones at the Western Wall. Eyewitness says...
stones. Poor Western Wall. It's getting hit with rocks. So we must lead at them.
I mean, there are very critical injuries for elderly people. They were the first injuries we received, and there are also injuries by young people who are in the Al-Qibli Mosque and Al Ain. It's just Friday mornings clashes again. I don't like the word clashes, but severe tension boiling for 3 weeks between deadly violence in Israel and the occupied West Bank, coinciding with Passover and Ramadan. Al-Aqsa, located atop a hill in the Old City. Temple Mount is also considered the most revered location in Judaism. Over the years, tensions and clashes. Again, I don't like the word clashes because I don't like the framing here necessarily, but I will say that Unicorn Riot has at least tried to call it down the middle to the, you know.
I get it. I mean, I get why the wording is bad choice too.
Okay, an axis of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Temple Mount houses significant religious holy sites for Judaism, Islam, Christianity. Dome of the Rock, Al-Aqsa, Western Wall, considered the most revered site in Judaism, third most revered site in Sunni Islam.
Yeah,
I've been there. I stood there, and that is fucking horrifying to hear and to see. That worshipers should be fearing for their safety during a holy month of prayer.
Yeah, it's Ramadan, right? Yeah,
they're fasting.
Yeah, I mean, this is similar to, like, you know, we have a lot of this where it's, you know, during the original Iranian conflicts, right? You know, what was it? The summer, the spring, the Arab Spring, right? Where it's because of Ramadan is being celebrated, then, you know, there was like more fighting because they felt like they, you know, wouldn't have time to deal with it or whatever.
Yeah, last year, of course, the massacres in the Al-Aqsa courtyard, again, I would not call it clashes, I would call it massacres, later turned into an 11-day war between the Islamic resistance movement Hamas, which controls the Gaza Strip, and Israel. Again, I would not call a bombing by one side and the destruction of the media, the only media building in Gaza, a war. I would call that a hammer and a nail. Like, a war indicates that there might have been two sides that were equally armed to fight, but that's not what happened here. Again, this was completely one-sided. Israel's foreign minister Yair Lapid said that Friday's riots were unacceptable. Yeah, Friday's riots.
Right.
We must not allow anyone to turn these sacred occasions into a platform for hatred, incitement, and violence. You mean the IDF? Because certainly there's a lot of question as to whether they're the ones that are perpetrating some of this shit.
Right.
Again, here's some more Unicorn Riot coverage from Palestine. And from Gaza, West Bank, they have an embedded reporter now talking about Israeli airstrikes hitting Gaza.
A few of our journalist friends over there on Twitter have been pumping stuff out recently from it.
Yep.
Like it's been a ramp up that I don't think I was prepared for sure. So
not only has Unicorn Riot been good at covering it, and I'm so glad that they're one of the American outlets that's covering it. I have to give another shout out to Mondo Weiss, and let me blow up Mondo Weiss a little bit. This is Yumna Patel, but you've got Michael Aria and Philip Weiss that are the co-editors, I believe, of Mondo Weiss, and these are Jews calling it out, and these are my people, and I stand in solidarity with them, and I appreciate them being brave enough, bold enough, and having the courage to stand up in the face of the world and speak to what's happening, because the pressure on them from the Jewish world must be beyond enormous. I mean, I'm sure at this point they're outcasts, they're pariahs, they're completely dismissed by most of the Jewish world, but at the same time they're also read because they want to know what's really happening. And again, their work is invaluable.
Like this thing here, like how do you look at that and not see a completely one-sided fight?
Like, look at how this guy, and now, so I read another story about how Palestinians, when they're being picked up by cops, are now smiling. Right? When they're being beaten, they're smiling because the optics and the imagery of it is so brutal and so shocking that you're like, how can you still be hitting them while they're smiling? And how can they be smiling while it's happening? It's like, wow. So, again, Israeli forces stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque on Sunday and attacked Palestinian worshippers at the site in order to facilitate Jewish tours of the site for the Passover holiday. That's why they did it.
Yep.
The raids of the compound Sunday were the second in 48 hours and featured heavily armed Israeli police officers beating Palestinians with batons, firing tear gas and rubber bullets at crowds, and locking worshippers inside the prayer halls. Video footage taken inside the compound was widely shared on social media. Palestinians decried Israel's use of force against worshippers who would come out to pray the holy site during Ramadan. Of course, footage showed Israeli forces beating a father in front of his son and manhandling worshippers as they were praying in a bid to force them. And again, trigger warning, because this is awful and brutal, but
you have to be that father who has to, like, the emotions running through your head must be incredible. Like, to one, have the wherewithal to tell your kid to get to safety while being beaten.
Well, that's all you're thinking is to get your kid to safety, and you don't even care about being beaten. But look at this. I mean, how many does it take? How many does it take? And that's just garden variety. Like, it's, all right, and that's like, and look at that. You hear the birds chirping, just like,
That's one. There's this one where they're just sitting there in prayer, like,
right, because they got kicked out.
Right.
And now they're just taking them away.
Yep. Like, literally, I do not understand. Like, it's not like it's super crowded. You need to get them off it's like.
Local media reported that Israeli forces also fired tear gas into the ancient Qibli prayer hall, site of the majority of Israel's attacks on Friday. And again, they're claiming that this wasn't them. Video footage also showed people screaming and banging on the cage windows of the prayer hall after Israeli forces had allegedly locked them inside. We saw this last year. Didn't we watch this video? Didn't we watch video just like this? I don't want to watch.
Of aerial tear gas, which is like a war crime. Pretty sure.
This.
Like that's
Terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
So that they could go take the mosque while no one was in it.
The attacks on Palestinian worshippers on Sunday were carried out in order to facilitate groups of Jewish settlers who came to the compound for the Passover holidays. Under protection of Israeli forces, the Jewish settlers were allowed to tour around the compound peacefully. There you go. And here they are walking around with their kids.
Right.
I mean, Israeli forces were also filmed beating Palestinians, including one woman outside the compound in the old city in occupied East Jerusalem.
Pregnant women, like, right, you know.
To a soundtrack. All right, I don't want to get DMCA'd. But
Yeah.
ass beat to a soundtrack, no less.
Mm-hmm.
But I can play it so that you don't have to see it. But this is why they're doing this, so that they want you to get DMCA'd and you don't hear the horror. And look at it, they're chasing away the cameras because God forbid you actually see what's going on and what they're doing to these people.
Right.
Ugh. Okay. Jordan, who's the official custodian of Al-Aqsa, called for international pressure to be put on Israel to end its provocative illegal measures on the compound. Despite this agreement, okay, from 1967, allowing for non-Muslim visitation but no non-Muslim worship at the site. And despite this, Israeli settlers and forces regularly raid the compound, often on Jewish holidays, sparking protests and resulting in the violent suppression of Palestinian worshippers. And again, God bless Mondo Weiss, and so important, so brave in the face of propaganda that's coming from my community. Unfortunately, I have to take some ownership there, and I am nonpartisan to, again, I am totally against what the Israeli government is doing. I stand in solidarity with the Jewish people that are for peace and want to be in peace with the Palestinian people, and there are many who do. And it was actually something that I talked to last night on the Political Matrix, which is one of the things that I think that the left does not do enough of, which is to reach out to and call out the members of the Jewish community that are staunchly as against this as I am. And again, I shouted out last night Max Blumenthal. Afterwards, I also wanted to give shout out to Katie Halper and Lee Camp and Eleanor Goldfield as well. Again, leaders in our space who are Jews, who have stood out and been outspoken proudly against the actions that the Israeli government have taken against people of Gaza, West Bank. And again, I can't announce what they're doing enough. These people, you know, there's awful tensions, and if they can, at least gotta at least put it aside so they can pray at Ramadan. I mean,
yeah,
that's I thought like the basic. Oh, yes, but at least at a basic level. But by all means, please subscribe to Mondo Weiss. Support there's such important work that they do. And again, they are news and opinion about Palestine, Israel, and the United States, unforgivingly reporting on Palestine, Gaza, West Bank, specifically referring to it as Palestine, and not afraid to do that. And again, I appreciate and proud of them for that. So I said that one sucked and it was a little hard, and sorry for that. But I do have some good eye bleach too. Before we get to Reef, we've got one more story that is a little bit uplifting and heartwarming, maybe. Oh, good. You don't hear the audio anyway. Perfect. I'm glad you don't, because it sucked. Okay, so, there's me and Reef. Hey, what's going on, dudes? So again, we still got E-Hellers, IO Nazis. Yeah, sorry. How do they not see the hypocrisy of IDF doing these atrocities? I don't know. How do we not see the hypocrisy of the U.S. funding a proxy war and funding Nazis in Ukraine to fight against Russians? Anyway, it's weird that you don't hear the audio, but I do. I don't know why. Anyway, Radical Leftist Agenda is listening in Rockfin chat. How are you? Good to see you, Nikki. Anybody else over on Rockfin chatting? Yeah, not yet. Just a couple people watching over there. 11 people watching right now live across all the platforms that I can see, plus Odyssey. And if anybody's on Telegram, hi Telegram. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking us out on Telegram too. So again, we're everywhere. Have to be making sure that we don't get deplatformed, taken off of the air, and that some of these stories, like what we just covered, YouTube is not too crazy about us talking about that kind of stuff. So same with Facebook, same with Twitter, same with a lot of the other sites. So we go to the doobly doop, and here's the last story. We're going to be done in about 10 minutes or less. Again, this is one of my favorite writers out there, Sharon Zhang, Truth Out, of course, because it was about labor and it's about unions. It's Sharon Zhang at Truth Out. First Apple Store files for union with at least 6 other campaigns underway. Woohoo! Thank you, Chris Smalls. Thank you, Chris Smalls. Thank you, Starbucks Memphis 7. Thank you to the Kellogg's people. Thank you to the Nabisco leaders. Thank you to everybody, the Frito-Lay workers, and everybody that's been putting themselves on the line to go out and strike and unionize and get themselves better negotiating power against their employers. So, a sign with the Apple logo, right? Workers in an Apple store in Atlanta have filed for a union, becoming the first in the nation to do so after reporters found earlier that Apple employees in 7 stores are in the midst of union organizing. Now, they're going to join the CWA, specifically the Campaign to Organize Digital Employees, or the Code CWA, which is aimed at unionizing tech and video game workers. If they successfully unionize, they'll be the first union among the company's 272 retail stores in the United States, and that would include roughly 107 workers at the store. Okay? Almost 70% of the workers have signed union cards, a far larger proportion than the 30% needed for the NLRB to hold an election. Only a simple majority is needed to win a union election. So that is a good indicator that unless Apple pulls some shit, they're going to unionize. Okay? Yeah. And again, they're talking REI, Amazon, Starbucks have all formed unions in the past few months and unionizing under the Code CWA. Apple employees also join Activision Blizzard and Google that have also recently unionized. Okay, at least 6 other stores, including Grand Central Station in New York City, which is what I was also going to call out. Okay, they're also seeking to unionize under Workers United using the name Fruit Stand Workers United, which is kind of interesting. Fruit Stand, Apple, you get it?
Yes.
Right. They're in the process of gathering enough signatures to petition for an election. So organizers hope the Atlanta Union will set up a wave of union filings across the country, much like the union campaign being waged by Starbucks workers. According to Genius Bar worker Derek Bowles, workers were inspired to unionize after seeing Amazon through Bessemer. Though Amazon's first election failed due to illegal tampering, Apple Workers Union was inspired by their efforts, and all of us were. I mean, Left Voice did a phenomenal job of covering that on a daily basis. WSWS too. Okay, right now I think is the right time because we simply see momentum swinging the way of workers. Sat back and reevaluated. What we realized is we love being at Apple, and leaving Apple, that's not something any of us wants to do, but we want to improve it. Yeah. Okay, they want wages at least $28 an hour, right? This is Apple, which is one of the most profitable companies in the history of the world. So, again, and they have more cash. They're sitting on more cash than like some governments right now. Hundreds of billions of dollars in cash. All right. So up a whopping 48% over the previous year. They had almost $95 billion in net income.
Yeah.
Net income is profit. That's not revenue. Income is profit. $100 billion in profit fiscal year 2021.
That's after they paid for all the overhead, all the,
Correct.
That's just
after they built that massive spaceship of a building with the curved glass and every Apple store and all the rents and everything else, $100 billion last year. All right.
$100 billion.
Again, according to MIT, a living wage in Cobb County, where the mall is located, is about $17 an hour for a single adult with no children, $31 an hour for a single adult with one child. However, this data was pre-pandemic. between 20 and 21, actually during the pandemic, and surging inflation rates may have raised those numbers, which they likely have. Okay, Apple makes a significant amount of money through its brick and mortar stores. Workers say managers at Grand Central Station are trying to convince workers there's no need for a union. Right. And that the company has emphasized its workers' pay and benefits in response to the union campaign. So what they'll do is they'll throw you a little bonus. They'll throw you a little raise. Chris Legion covered this. Again, go see Chris Legion about so you've decided to form a union. It's one of the best videos I've seen. It's about 20 minutes long, and it is so educational. All right. Again, somebody has got to be the first to do something. Derek Bowles told Bloomberg Law from the Atlantic store in Apple, the Apple store in Atlanta, being first doesn't matter to us. Doing it is what matters to us. And if we have to be first, we will be first. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Get them. The most profitable companies in the history of the world that profited to the tune of trillions of dollars over the last 2 to 3 years on our backs while we were locked up, while all the other businesses were closed. Yeah. Pay them.
Yep.
Pay them more. As our wonderful Creepy Joe president likes to say.
Mm-hmm.
I am good and done within 90 minutes. So I feel really good about the stories that I did and what we covered. I, again, did not see, other than the Assange story, of course, that was covered extensively all over the place. Al-Aqsa Mosque was covered by some, but I gotta say, I was a little disappointed that some of the U.S.-based lefty channels that really have not been talking about how bad it got this week. And
Richie kind of talked about it a little bit.
Oh yeah, he sure did. Shout out to Richie. He's incredible. That's my brother right there. But I think it's time for some eye bleach. What do you say?
And I watch mindless shit, boats that smash into other boats.
Hey, the Forge Reefs.
Show.
It's the Reef Show.
Just gotta press this button, I think.
Oh,
this was something from not that long ago, right? That was April 20th, 2022, right? Happy 420. Today is the 456th day that Biden has refused to fulfill his campaign cannabis campaign promises, which are still up on his website.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Decriminalize the use of cannabis, and so like, when's that happening? Like,
should have been already, long time ago.
Should have been that first 100 days. Should have signed that. But anyway, I have some better stuff. That was just the one thing I thought people should know. But I think you need those,
dude. I had those in school, didn't I? No. Oh, that was the guy who sat next to me.
That was the guy who sat next to you. That's the guy to fucking next to.
That's right.
I love how it's like a little drawer. Bleep, bleep. Sorry. I can't imagine hopefully that stays in while you're running.
Oh my God. Can you imagine in gym class, you're actually having to run with those things?
Right. Don't step in any puddles with those.
Right?
Want to smoke dripping wet Jay? Sorry.
Don't step in dog shit either.
Oh, no. Tab. Do you know that lady?
I do, unfortunately. We don't like her. She's the wealthiest woman in television.
Oh yeah. So she asked the defendant why he was growing weed in the landlord's house.
She has the biggest salary. We don't hear it.
That would make sense to press that button, wouldn't it?
Look at his face. Nope. I still have no sound. No sound.
Yeah.
I have no sound.
No sound? Why do you not have sound?
No sound.
That's because I forgot to flip-flop things. Hold on.
Oh, hi, Tara.
Filters. Bip. I need to just fix that next time. There we go. Look at that.
Okay. Now I hear her.
I did it because I was tired of paying for weed.
Tired of paying for weed?
I'm definitely tired of paying for weed.
Yep, tired of paying for weed. I like her face. Like, yep, yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
You know,
I don't think she's having it, but yeah, it makes sense. Nice. We all live in a yellow submarine.
A what?
A yellow
sorry,
submarine.
Okay.
A yellow submarine.
Little John version.
Is there a carb where you just pull that?
They wanted more volume on the Judy clip.
Yeah, there was not enough.
I'm asking you.
I did it because I was tired of paying for weed.
Why did you do it? I'm asking you.
I did it because I was tired of paying for weed.
All right, I think that has to be clipped. I was tired of paying for weed. that sounds like a sample right there, Jarrett. Jesse, is Jesse watching? Is Jesse here? I was tired of paying for weed. Look at Judy's duck face there. That's a great pause.
Yep.
You should screen cap that and send it to her.
Got it. I got it.
Thanks, Judy. Anyway.
Just grab that. But anyway,
nice.
We're on to this.
Uh-oh. These are grow fans in a grow room. Uh-oh. He's on a scaffold. Something tells me it's not going to go well for him to try to get down.
He's almost. Oh, got a little tippy toes. Oh. His buddy did off the ladder.
Oh shit! Did he knock himself out? You knocked yourself the fuck out. Okay, now he's moving. He's okay. He's just really, really. Ow.
Yeah, I'm just sad.
Oh. Okay, I just need a nap. Wow.
Quick, get him a blunt. Quick.
911.
Marijuana under a microscope at 400x. Marijuana under a microscope at 1000x. You know.
Nice.
Whoa.
Whoa, man.
So imagine you're here and like they didn't tell you and you were
Dairy
high.
section is all stretched out. They have really weird products like mammoth chunks and tattooed chicken. What? Also squishy little cleaning bottles, butter scented room spray, and even the whole produce section. Nothing is as it seems. Everything is weird. That's a little coin purse. They even have checkouts where you can buy everything, even though nothing is real. It's all fake products. Like, look, all the chips are just made out of pillows. They have "Wake Up Please" written everywhere in the shop, and it's actually really scary. I actually got really scared. And then this may look like a normal fridge, but if you open the door, it leads you into this weird little room. Look at that. It's so crazy. And then all of a sudden you're in a different room, even though you were just in a fake grocery store. And then it leads to this. All of this inside a grocery store. Isn't that the most trippy thing you've ever seen? They have little pathways and little holes that you can crawl into that lead to different places. Like we crawled into this hole. There's a rope. You have to climb up some rocks. What is happening? It was really come out and you see this.
No clue.
There's so many holes to crawl into.
I want to go.
There's so many secret doorways. And I know that this is one giant escape room where you have to figure out like how an employee went missing or something like that. We didn't do it. It's way too hard. You really can get lost in here for hours. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Whoa.
How insane is that?
Oh,
How insane
dude.
It's Omega Mart in Las Vegas. Ticket price is $45.
Dude,
you're welcome.
You should have told me that last month. I was there. I could have gone.
I know. Right? We'll fucking do it again,
dude. Oh yeah, INN trip.
Yeah, you'll just fly on this little plane boy.
Wow.
You'll just fly on that.
That's pretty.
Why does it like? I gotta like go there to see the full image. There we go. Look at that.
What's with the toothpick? Oh no, that's underneath it. I see.
Yeah, it's underneath it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a little
nice jet
airplane.
engines.
I know, dude. That dude's got way too much time.
He's got nice detail on there.
I know, dude. He's got like fucking Concordia on here on the side, like, you know, but these edibles ain't shit. Why does he look all fucking cute and shit? What is that?
The fuck you eating shrooms?
But this, so this happened this week, right? Let's see if you can tell where.
Yo,
this is one for the books.
The cop?
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man.
Wait,
he's smoking.
what town?
Millions.
Look at the cop car.
Newark.
Fucking Newark. It's fucking New Jersey, baby.
Good job, dude. Well, of course it was Jersey, because Jersey legalized it on 4/21.
Right, but I love how this guy's like, yep, back it on up. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
It's crazy.
Dude, I'm just going to puff a blunt while I'm fucking waiting. Dude. Amen, brother.
Amen.
Love it. Love it.
Fucking Jersey. It's fucking Jersey, son.
Crab. Jersey, baby. That's right. Jersey represent. Jersey go to see Rob McCone tomorrow night.
Fucking yeah, they are. Jersey's fucking doing it up.
That's right. No,
He's
he's Chicago fan. Whoa, nice rings. What? Get the fuck at it. Oh, dude.
This dude's a fucking wizard.
What the? Oh.
He's a wizard.
What? Okay, you are not human, and I am quite frightened at the moment. You are a dragon.
A wizard.
You are a dragon, sir. You are a non-human dragon. What?
Oh shit.
What?
I don't know how that's possible. I don't get it.
Dude, pushing a smoke ring across the room. What? Wow. It's a helmet.
That's just yeah, it's a helmet. Oh.
Is that Ezra Miller? Nice. No, it's not Ezra Miller.
So, Ed, I know you've done a lot of pizza, but have you ever made a pizza portable?
Come on. So you never put a pizza portable?
Bro, they're portable already.
This is not
portable can you have them?
How you if a crackhead is chasing you? How you gonna take that with you? The cheese gonna slide off, bro.
Why would that be happening, bro?
So you gotta fold it in half.
Take it from the crust. Holy.
Come on.
Now it's portable.
Andy, pero ¿por qué que tú dañas todo, eh? ¿Por qué tienes que todo dañarlo? ¿Por qué tienes que hacer eso? What are you doing?
Now it's portable,
Am I worried about a crackhead fucking chasing me while I'm eating pizza for dinner?
Combat roll.
Está loco, sí, de verdad. Te caíste cuando estaba embarazada.
Okay.
Eso yo lo sé.
While chewing.
I bought this shit. I eat it how I want.
Okay. Fair. You can't eat it how you want.
Oh.
Fair.
Okay, you a bad pizza portable?
Oh, E. Heller. By the way, get a bacon for president, or what's his NFT? He's got 10,000 of them. Some kind of pizza NFT.
So this is for you. You can show this to your boy later.
Okay.
Right? And action.
What? Vertifurk.
We'll see how to make it.
这个是真的向飞机发射平台，准备一张硬卡纸，对折向下翻折，再向上翻折，底部剪出豁口，安装弹射皮筋，最后再准备。
Oh, dude. It's a fucking rocket launcher.
Look at it go. Like,
oh my god. Look at that thing go.
Like,
that's badass.
Isn't it though? I thought that was cool.
Look for Chicago Pizza RDD on OpenSea.io or check out Real Deep Dish .com/NFT for more info. Get yourself a pizza NFT if you've got nothing better to do with disposable income.
Oh.
Or if you want to invest and maybe make some money. Okay, we definitely... So you don't know because you're not a dad. This is Dad Zone because these balls are available at Chuck E. Cheese.
Are they?
And, yeah,
Okay.
well, not that big, but like they have like the machine with the claw and you get like basically that spiky ball out.
Okay,
wow, that's a pretty large one. Yep.
Yep. And action. Oh.
Ow. Ooh, I heard that head hit the fucking ground.
Actually, little girl has like perfect breakfall technique.
Oh, did she have the hands?
Tuck chin, hands.
Yep, hands.
Like tuck
professional
chin.
wrestler.
Yep, she tucked chin, pop. Like she did it. She did the thing. Like good for you, lady.
Somebody's been watching Ric Flair, little Ric Flair videos.
Somebody's teaching that girl how to
fall,
break fall and stuff.
Yep.
So, ma'am, I think there's another problem. They're trying to get the cat out from under here, right?
Yeah.
Cat's like, fuck you, on to the other side.
Okay, they're all laughing.
So the cat's gone. They're like, where the fuck's the cat? Oh, the cat's over there.
Oh no, the kid! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! They walked away.
Oh god.
Oh baby. Okay, that's definitely not Dad Zone. That's Mom Zone.
Is that Mom Zone?
That's Mom Zone. There was an attempt.
There was an attempt. Here we go. Whee!
Okay, he's definitely getting wet and going in the drink. He's going.
You
in the
gotta
drink.
throw it.
He's gonna go in the drink. Yep.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that's old too.
What the? Okay.
Can you throw cast net?
No.
Is that a skill you have?
No.
Okay.
No, but I can watch it happen and recognize exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. And action.
Yep. We'll go around behind.
So this is like, you got to teach your kid how to drive. That's going to be coming up at some point.
Oh,
Kroger, so you don't have to.
I can't even teach him how to play baseball yet. Like, you should have seen us trying to run the bases today. It was a nightmare.
Stop!
Oh no! You're upside down. Oh, that's no more.
Oh, Jesus, are you okay? Holy fuck!
Do you see what happened? He hits the pothole there.
Stop!
And then goes
hits
up
the
wall.
Yep.
And then rolls on his side.
Yep.
Ouch.
This is a classic. This one's good.
Is that the Maytag
You
man?
want to see the purple panda?
They are.
Well, there he is. Look, here's a panda.
Yeah,
Hello,
purple panda.
Just stay right here. Oh, he's just wait.
What's going on with that panda?
Look, he's just somebody
Dude, what's going on with it? First of all, what's going on with that panda's crotch?
I don't know.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, it just seems like the most, like they went to the fucking, like, party city and got, like, the worst, like, panda ever. Like,
I'll tell you a story about 3 years ago. We took my kids to Sesame Place, and but one of my kids was just absolutely terrified of the Count for whatever reason,
Right.
and I kept assuring her that for guaranteed. I called ahead, and the Count's not going to be there. We're going to do the character breakfast. It'll be Elmo and Cookie Monster. We'll have a good time. The Count, I promise. The first fucking character walked out. The Count. My daughter went into the kind of hysterical rage. She's never. She literally was like catatonic to the point. I had to take her out of the restaurant and hold her the entire time for 40 minutes. She was just traumatized. Like she's never been like that since. I had to deal with a traumatized 4-year-old. Oh, or maybe she was 3 at the time. But wow, that I feel that I had flashbacks.
Dude, the fucking purple panda.
Oh my god. Okay, that's a take care. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, kids are assholes sometimes. Oh, yeah, she's gonna act. That really, that can be serious stuff right there. Ow.
Oh yeah, it can. Yep.
It
very much.
My sister-in-law had all kinds of back problems. Like somebody did that to her at 18 as a joke, and like she's had back problems her whole life.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, kid, water park, action.
Uh-oh.
Water goes up.
Uh-oh. Oh! I was waiting for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
It's just a kid cry, like
I don't hear it.
Yeah, there's no sound.
You don't need
it. Sucks.
You just know what it is.
Like
you don't even need
it.
That.
Oh, what else we got? Oh my god, this one's fucking ridiculous. And action.
Oh, wow!
Nope, we're good.
Oh god. Oh! Oh my god! Did they just blow his ear off?
I know. I think
oh my
he's fine.
god, dude! He's okay.
I think they're both okay. It's just the fact that like both of them panic so hard, you know.
Oh my god!
And this kid like looks right down the barrel.
Oh,
like, what are you doing?
No.
What are you doing? The fact that we have that on film is just, and that someone put it out because the dad was like filming,
Had to be somebody over the age of 18.
And
no, it's okay. Set it back down.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing? Are you kidding? What did he do?
Oh, come on, man. That's just
and
what did he
fucking
poor little buddy.
Like he flips around too. It's just a comical fall. That's all it is. And not gonna do it. Got all that run up, got that far.
No.
Oh god. Wait. The dad, you've had a long day at work. You're just trying to relax.
Yeah, all I want to do is just lay down. Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna lay down. No, God. Hey, this is my time. Oh my god, there's so many of them.
Oh my god. Where's the guy? Get me out of here. Do not let me out.
Oh, why does it stop there? Why? You could do it. The last little bit.
Nice.
That's it. Why did it stop there? Like needed 2
I don't
pixels.
know. You have weird internet sometimes about this.
Oh. Okay, keep your eye on the cork.
Oh.
What comes up? Why did it? Hello? Bonk.
I heard
Bink.
it. Doink. Oh,
It hits the cat.
wow.
It hits the cat.
That's impressive. You couldn't even do that if you tried.
No. Like, it's just funny, the little cat face, like, right there.
Oh, come on, man. Ow. Okay.
Cork. He'll be all right. I'm not sure what's worse, that or this.
Oh, that is just mean. Oh, poor
I can
ball.
get in this ball. Must have.
I have to. No, he's got to breathe on it and melt the ice.
Yeah.
Or lick it.
He'll get it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Hello? There we go. Oh, God. Bird boy. No. Volume up.
You been a naughty boy today, Eric? Eric, have you been a... No. Have you been a naughty boy today? You're not a fucking legend at all. Did you bash up the dog? No, you're not a fucking legend. Did you scare the cat? Did you scare the cat? Lester, don't laugh at him. He's not funny. Eric, look at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You're not a fucking legend at all. You're a naughty, 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 naughty boy.
Nothing naughty.
You're not. You're not. You're not. Lester, don't laugh at him. You're naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty. No, he doesn't want to kiss a legend because you're not a legend. He doesn't want to kiss a legend.
That's
love that
really
little
a
bird.
fucking legend. Kiss a fucking legend.
Well, kiss
Oh
the
my
fucking legend. And I feel sad. Life is pain. Existence is miserable. I shall just bathe in my water bowl. Oh, God.
Oh, so sad. It's too much. Too much to bear.
Like, why does he look like that?
I want to tell you what a sad day today is, dear diary. Nice.
Oh. He let his intrusive thoughts win.
Just a quick drink.
Yep.
Oh, come on. Oh, no. Oh, where did that glass end up, I wonder?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, we're totally getting DMCA. Just don't get this thing blocked again.
We got Steve without the beard.
It's like Uncle Warren.
Yeah, it does. Oh, I want to hear it again.
Dude.
I want to hear.
Fucking with pets.
Sounds right. Okay.
Let's get the shit out of here.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Oh, welcome to Florida, baby.
Oh, my God. Please tell me that's painted and not real.
We're going to say crocodile snap. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, Australians. Fucking Australians. Fucking all
That's definitely Australia. News.com/au. Yeah, that ain't Florida, dude. What are they throwing them? Look at that. Oh, that's
dude.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
Like he was posing to eat something.
So this is also Australia. You know, Florida and Australia share, like, we were both a penal colony of the British. So
yes,
we have a similar thing going on.
A lot of water surrounding you too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gross. Talk about rats. Oh God. Oh God. Oh my crikey! What the fuck is happening? Oh, that's
look at it.
Oh my God, that's so disgusting. I'm so creeped out right now. Is that an abandoned firehouse or something? Oh my God, orgy!
I had no idea.
Oh no, that's the door. That's how they all get out. Oh my God. That is so disgustingly nasty. Okay, and now my dreams are horrified and haunted.
Yeah.
Thank you for haunting my dreams tonight. Appreciate that.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. This is gonna haunt this man's streams tonight. I don't know what that music was at the end, or why it was there.
Camera.
Oh, is that the camera making that noise?
Yeah, maybe.
Look.
Wow.
Look. It's got to start over, but look. So,
let me tell you something. You better chill out, bro.
Wait. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that part.
Hey, relax. Look.
Hey, calm down.
Look. Relax. It's gonna be all right.
I can eat your face off in 3 seconds. Chill out.
Like,
dude, I'm a fucking cheetah. I can eat your face off in 2 seconds.
Like, there's supposed to be sound for this. Where's the sound? Whatever.
Oh,
it's like he's just like meowing at him. He's like meow.
Listen,
like it's that shit.
I can wreck you at any moment. All right. Oh man. Well, that's a good idea. Well, that's not a good idea. Here comes his buddy. What the hell? But why?
You got to put it in a bag. You got,
Oh, you gotta calm him down so you get him in the bag, I guess. But why?
So that's what happens when it goes right. No, here we go.
Oh no! Oh boy! Oh!
Here we go. Let's start again. Sorry.
Did you really throw it on that raft?
Yeah. What?
Oh my God! Oh, can you imagine?
Whee! Oh shit! Everybody took it off the thing. Oh my God!
You asshole, Steve!
Fucking Steve. Oh, we did that one. Look, JJ Bibbs. Oh, I like. Oh.
Is he gonna cough up a hairball just by tasting that?
What?
Oh,
like,
nice Stubbs.
Is
that a racist cat?
Probably. He just doesn't like barbecue, man.
No, definitely. Racial.
And action. Oh, pretty wave. Look at how pretty it is.
It's coming right for us.
Wave.
Oh no! Oh
shit.
Hey, What's that? That's a big fish.
That's a big old fish. Oh, like, I love how you don't even see him in there. Look at that. Nothing. Don't even see him. You just come right, and he's right there. Like, if that's not real, like, that's very good. So, can you tell what this is?
I read the title, so yes.
Oh, dang it.
I cheated.
Dang it. Oh, the sweet sounds.
See, I never got that far.
No, you never got that far.
No.
Should have got Netscape, dog. You know?
We were Prodigy.
So I wanted people to see what assault looked like in the metaverse.
A virtual vape.
Don't steal a virtual vape.
The flop.
Wait, show it at the top. I miss the actual guy.
Okay, yeah.
His avatar.
Don't steal a virtual vape.
The flop.
Oh, he got punched, so he was retaliating. Oh shit.
Yeah. He stole the vape though. You know?
That's funny.
So E. Heller was talking about news bloopers.
Portions of the Bay Area down towards San Jose, East Bay neighborhoods, but still some stubborn overcast here over the city. Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a crow.
I might need a little more time for this weather segment because we have a little visitor.
I was like, okay, I've seen it. I'm
Perfect
done.
timing. That's
Outta
all.
here.
That's a big old crow.
Damn. Okay, why do I see
Hello?
icons now all of a sudden?
I wish I could tell you. There we go.
That was weird.
How's that? Seeing that one film go? He's just a plastic bag drifting in the wind. Beauty, life is precious.
What is this, American Beauty? Oh no! Oh, that's probably not going to be good for the power lines.
Oh god!
Binging something up there. Boom. That's a transformer blown.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, you heard the bzzz. Bzzz.
So, this is fucking hilarious to me. So we have old Jesus Christos.
Yes,
right?
reenacting the passion. Yes.
Hey, fuckers, that hurt. Fuck you! Stop it! Ow! Ow! Stop it! Stop whipping Jesus, everybody! Stop doing that.
I love that he's fighting back. He ain't taking no shit.
Fuck you! Ah! Dip. Oh, that's the best bit. I love that shit. That shit fucking killed me when I first saw it. Oh, and action.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh.
He's okay. He just blazed.
Oh, thank God. Because he could have eaten my face off. He could have eaten my face off.
Terrifying. Yeah, that's terrifying.
He just want to play. What the hell kind of cat is that?
A lion.
Oh my.
That's a lion.
Wow.
You need to do some laundry? No.
Is this the dude that blew out the smoke?
I mean, he is a wizard.
Oh my god, that's great! How did they do that?
I don't know.
That? How did they do that?
How did they do that? How'd they do it? Oh. What do you think happens here?
Hardcore parkour.
Hardcore parkour.
Uh-oh. He's okay, and he's okay. Oh, there's a long way to go. Oh, there's a long way to go.
He makes it all the way up.
Oh, he got all the way down to the sign. Oh, bounce. Oh, that's gonna feel. He's gonna feel that in the morning.
He's doing that like on his shoes, which like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I thought you would feel this one. We're sitting here at work, right? We're trying to get something to come out the fucking printer over here, right? You know, little Xerox printer and shit. So that one didn't fucking work. That one didn't work. Gotta figure it out. Gotta figure out what's wrong. Let's try printing it again. Before I do, right? Like that one fucks up too. Like what the fuck? You know, all right. Let me fucking look in here.
We got the toner cartridge, right?
All right.
You see that shit, put it back. I've been there, done that. Oh, no! Oh! Oh! Dude, this is the real life version of Samir and Mike in Office Space.
Isn't it? Oh god.
Oh man.
He takes the fucking monitor and fucking brings it over.
How old is that monitor? What year is that?
Dude, like 90s.
Oh, that's definitely 90s, maybe even 80s, yeah.
90s, early 2000s, yeah. Like, oh.
Yeah,
I just
those
thought
printers had it coming. Nice.
The robot overlords are coming to us.
Strike!
Strike!
It's the robot bowling overlords.
I'm a fucking get it. Oh shit! Oh god, we're okay. What the fuck happened? That was robot assault. That robot just tried to commit murder. You know, violated as a fucking Asimov's
Wii
laws.
bowling, that's right. Reminds Crab of Wii bowling, yeah.
Wii
I don't know what happened. I can't seem to get the chat back up. So let me... Dude, I was a monster at that.
Oh, I was too. My favorite was the like,
and you didn't even have to
the
move.
thing that
Like
gives
if you flick the wrist
100.
right, if you got the wrist
Oh
flick
yeah,
right.
Yep. You know, this is great. We got a fucking Zoom call. I wonder how this Zoom call is gonna go. And they try to fuck each other up on the fucking phones. Not realizing they're hitting their own phones. It's like, what? Why? Why?
Oh, excuse me.
You keep trying to mess with that chat, and I love it.
Those are pretty dumb guys. Dumb guy.
Oh, you ready?
A second.
Everyone ready? There you go.
Cool.
You happy? Hi, Kitty. Hi. You want to be here? Hmm? You say hi to people? Hmm? What's wrong? Why?
I'm gonna try
Is
to
he
run
even in
chat. Hey, Popo. Oh, Kitty. Get. That is Jordy LaForge. Get.
Oh. You happy now?
That is Commander Jordy LaForge.
Okay. He's done with his engineering tasks. And action. Oh. Yo, dude, you gotta put your thing down, man.
That's probably not good. Oh,
wow.
Oh my God. I don't think you're gonna get under the overpass with that.
No.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I better get off the highway. Because that
Yup,
shit's gonna be
that's a
closed for a while.
Yup. Oh. And action.
Oh! Something tells me that's not what they planned on.
Sorry, I don't know why this.
Why were they playing the human said? Why were they playing the Russian national anthem?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you. Oh, so part of one of my favorite things is seeing like rich people stuff get broken.
Oh yeah,
you know,
that's a lot of wine.
It is a lot of wine. You just got to get this bottle right here. Oh shit.
What?
Okay, we saved it. Maybe. All right, here I'm coming. I'll help.
What? Why is it so shaky? What?
It's like a wire,
what
like wine hole.
The fuck?
It's all gone.
Bye.
It's all gone.
Bye, wine.
What are you doing?
Wine cellar apocalypse coming. That's right, E. Heller.
Where are you going? What is the matter with you? You want to go? Here, go. Go on.
Fuck out of here, kitty.
Come on, kitty, that's a big kitty. Okay,
Yep.
that's my papa.
Is it supposed to smell like kitties, Ricky? That's cigarettes. I need Jesse to do his bubbles. Oh, and horse it time action.
Shout out to Tori.
And fuck you in particular.
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
Why? Why did he do that? Why? That's a lot of horse too, babe.
I'm gonna get you. Oh, because he thought it was another
Like
horse.
that?
It was like a jousting thing.
Probably. The jousting pony.
Yeah, why
You
not?
know?
Why not?
What? I'm busy. I'm busy.
Oh,
I got stuff to do.
what a majestic horse. Oh,
what is
good.
your
We're almost at
problem?
the end here. Cool. Got a few
Mhm.
more. Few more tabs
getting
left.
Can you sit?
I'm covering up the tab so they can't
Cat,
see.
Can you sit?
Got.
You sit. There you go. Just hang out there. Don't fall off the chair, you fucking idiot. You talking about baseball with your kid today, right?
Yeah.
Here you go.
God.
What was happening?
What
was that?
That was a twister. Idiom, it's a twister, it's a twister.
Why was that? Why did that happen in the middle of a game?
They ran for shade. They ran for shelter because the warning system sucked.
Like, But, like, wouldn't you have like called off the game like before the tornado showed up?
No, they happen so fast. Like the warning systems are terrible.
Gotcha.
They really don't get enough time. Batman, every time another Robin dies.
And yoink. Whee! Just grabs the kid and fucking keeps going. Oh.
Yep.
But and action.
Oh, right over the top. I mean, that was a full front flip.
Thank you, somebody, for putting.
Thank you for the sound effect. Yep.
Yeah. Whoop. Like, I'm busy. I'm almost done.
Yet.
Okay, thank you.
Meow. Meow.
Oh. All right. We love a good stairs episode. And action. We're good. Hi, how are you, camera? Man, I hope nothing embarrassing happens to us on camera.
Oh, this is why railings are required.
Yeah. Not here. What? I know, dude. I get it.
Wow, Cat is very, very hungry. Hi, Jordy.
I know, right?
Get.
And
oh, we got a big yawn.
Hardcore parkour.
Hardcore parkour.
Oh, why did it go in there?
Oh, is he the Joker? That's a vat of acid. Okay, hardcore parkour.
He's got to get out. You can do it, bud. You do parkour. You should be able to get up. Yeah.
Should climb that wall, dude. Just scale it up. Oh, that is.
There's something about fire.
And
you know,
alcohol. Oh, he's gonna. Oh my god!
They fucking did that shit.
Oh my god!
That's redneck Cirque du Soleil shit. You know.
What?
Like,
oh, and he landed on the rope with the fire feet.
Yeah, on a slack line. Yeah,
dude. What that looks like? That looks like a fire hose, like fire hose, literally.
Yeah, it's essentially it's not even. It's like a ratchet strap usually.
Wow.
You know. So have you seen
fire. This? A tire fire.
Kuwait. This is in Kuwait. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's not good for the environment.
You think?
Like, how big is that?
That's
like,
pretty
that's
damn big.
massive.
That's miles wide. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the tires, but like
the smoke.
The fire is probably like, yeah. I mean,
that's smoke.
Like, Jesus, look at all the tires.
All right, cheese sandwich. We got a cheese sandwich in chat. Cool.
Nice. Oh, that sounds like a weed strain, a cheese sandwich.
Yes, it does. It also sounds like it could get along with our pizza-based solutions very well.
Yep. Right. Fucking big ginormo thing.
Okay, that looks like a oh no. Hope you're insured.
Oh. Just a bit of boat smashing other boats.
I hope you're insured.
All right, last one.
Here we go.
Fire! Yeah.
Excited to bong it.
Yep. And action.
In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragon Ball.
Jesus, what was supposed to happen?
I think that was supposed to happen.
In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Again, the music. Definitely in Russia.
The reason I know we can play that is that is Skyrim music, and people play Skyrim online. So
okay. Well, they're usually playing the game, so
yes, but the audio file will be fine. You know?
Okie doke.
So,
well, let's go back.
But anyway,
let's go back to a Luma wipe and a 2-box so that we don't have Jimmy again.
Yeah.
Unless you hit the soundboard.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
right. Oh, you know what I would need to actually do is swipe over because I'm in studio mode. Hey, there we go. Now we're back. So that was fun. We're at 220 for tonight. By the way, I added chat to boats if you didn't see. So
yeah,
toward the end there, I stuck a chat box so that we could see what everybody else was saying because I lost my ability to do Twidget. That actually might be a nice little addition to boats, so everybody can participate and we can see what they have to say about stuff too.
Yep.
But it was a fun show. Again, I not thrilled with some of the topics that I've covered. I know it was a little heavy, and we're gonna be back next week. So this week, I don't know what's gonna happen this weekend, but next week is actually a big week for INN. May 6th, we've got that's a Friday. That's going to be our 6-month anniversary stream for INN. I'm pretty excited about that. Trying to figure out exactly what that's going to look like. This weekend, Lucy and I are talking about rerunning the student debt boycott marathon that we had done back in December and re-airing that, running that all day, and you guys can chat. And most people did not see a good portion of that stream, so it'll be like fresh content. And unfortunately, we can sadly see how little has changed in 6 months. So we're talking about doing that. We're going to do the next Friends of Indie Left will be Saturday, May 7th, 9:30 p.m. with JB Font. Definitely stay tuned for that. But before that, Tuesday, May 3rd, we're going to be doing the premiere and debut an INN exclusive show, Jesse Jet's new show, and I don't want to reveal the name yet. I saw the graphic of what it's going to look, the logo for the show, hilarious. It's going to be a musical variety show where he plays some songs or does some spoken word, and then we talk about some of the lyrics and some of his writing and interpret it and talk to chat. I'm super excited to be doing that. You got Reefer After Dark, I'm guessing, on Friday, which will be like April 29th-ish. Yep, April 29th. Don't know exactly what the plans are. I know that Warren and Tara are talking about Tara going on Extra Booyah Thursday. So look out for that. God, so much happening. And again, follow us everywhere. Go to independentleft.media. You can find all our links. IndieNews.Network. You can find all the network channels. Go to leftist.today. Go to How Did We Miss That on Rumble. Look us up on Substack. Look us up on, again, Rockfin. Rockfin.com/INDLeftNews. Thank you to everybody who was here on Rockfin tonight. Anybody who left any super chat. Doesn't look like we got any super raise tonight, but so grateful for being on that platform. We're already up to 460 followers in just about a month, which, we're only at about 750 on the YouTube in almost 2 years. So very, very grateful and happy with the growth so far on Rockfin. Rumble, I think we just crossed 300 followers as well. So go alternate media platforms because YouTube is not really helping us very much. So Odyssey too, we've got 30, 50 people following us on Odyssey, and Telegram is growing. We got another one on Telegram today. I see 33 subscribers right now to Telegram. t.me/IndLeftMedia. So all the places, check us out everywhere. We are everywhere. And check Reef out. Link tr.ee/Reef Breland. leave him a few bucks, give him some weed money. We need to keep that smoke going. And that is Jordy LaForge, a big, big cat. And he has conversations with his cat. And the cat actually does answer him. And it's freaking adorable. Cat, are you going to speak to us? He's fading.
Good night.
He's fading like a baby.
You gonna go night-night?
He going night.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Keep listening to what little birds have to tell you. Good night.